In the divine presence of Bhagavan Swaminarayan, in the equally divine presence of Pramukh Swami Maharaj, with our innermost prayers for His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the President of UAE, for the health and happiness of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Prime Minister of UAE, also for the progress of Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Crown Prince, and our most dearest and cherished, the most graceful person, His Highness Sheikh Nahyan Mubarak Al Nahyan. We welcome you today with all our hearts to this evening of Transcendence. Transcendence is a historic book written by late Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the most celebrated scientist of India and also the most beloved president of our nation. He wrote a book on someone whom he cherished, His Holiness Pramukh Swamiji, because he felt that he saw the equality of Lincoln, the thoughtfulness of Socrates. He also felt he saw the non-violence of Gandhi, the forgiveness of Nelson Mandela, and also the compassion of Buddha in one person that he met, the values that make us all human beings. And that's why when he wrote Transcendence, it is a book that helps us transcend the divisions that divide us human beings. It is not important because it has sold more than 500,000 copies in less than half a year. Because as HarperCollins, the international publishers, say, that this is perhaps the only time ever since early man walked on this earth in the history of humankind that any president, prime minister, or head of state has ever written a book on a religious leader that is Transcendence. This evening is a time, and what better place? Yes, Transcendence has been celebrated all over the world, from New York to Sydney to Delhi to Joburg to Dar es Salaam. But what better place can there be in this world than UAE? Do you know why? If any country that can proudly stand up and say that we are a home to the world, there are more than 200 different nationalities who have made UAE their home. The symbol of harmony. So today, there is no better person to launch this great Transcendence Book of Harmony than His Highness Sheikh Nahyan. I ask him to please grace the stage and come and launch this beautiful book, the lives and the values he believes in. Please, Your Highness, grace the stage.
Consul General Hushan, honored Swamis, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I join you today to celebrate the historic book, Transcendence, My Spiritual Experiences with Pramukh Swamiji, written by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam and his co-author, Professor Arun Tiwari. I also know that among those gathered today are members of many different religions. Your presence here illustrates quite clearly the fact that President Abdul Kalam, while born a Muslim, is one of those intellectuals who refused to be constrained by boundaries of one religion. He had great respect for other religions and saw the unification of humankind at the core and humanity at the very essence of our global society. Dr. Abdul Kalam's view toward ecumenical thinking is summarized in this quote from his book, Ignited Minds, where he wrote, "For great men, religion is a way of making friends. Small people make religion a fighting tool." He was also fond of saying, and I quote, "Science is a beautiful gift to humanity. We should not distort it. Transcendence is indeed a book of both current and historical importance." In their writing, Dr. Abdul Kalam and Arun Tiwari describes Dr. Abdul Kalam's spiritual experiences with and reflection on Pramukam Swamiji Maharaj, the guru and spiritual leader of the BAPS Hindu organization. From experiences through their long association, Dr. Abdul Kalam recounts the spiritual transformation and inspiration he experienced, and how that led to his vision for a society in which science, spirituality, and leadership can be fused into a coherent, holistic vision for India and indeed for the entire world. My friends, it has been a pleasure to join you today to celebrate the historic book, Transcendence, My Spiritual Experiences with Pramukam Swamiji. And I personally congratulate Dr. Abdul Kalam's colleague and co-author, Professor Arun Tiwari. Indeed, his book captures the spiritual essence of all religions and is as much a fountain of inspiration and a treasury of wisdom as it is a tribute to the multi-faith Indian society. It will become a guide for all who wish to know more about transcendence and its application to many aspects of our personal and professional lives. This is a book that all should read, as I believe that Transcendence is destined to become a classic in its field.
Pujya Ishwacharan Swami and Pujya Brahmvyari Swami are presenting the Amrit Kalash, which is the vessel of immortality and has been specially sent by Pramukam Swami Maharaj with prayers for good health, peace and prosperity of the leaders and people of the UAE. We also request His Excellency Shri Anurag Bhushan and Shri Rohit Bhai Patel to present the peacock plate to His Highness Sheikh Nayan as a gift of gratitude. The peacock plate symbolizes the values of virtuousness and global harmony shared by the UAE and India. We'd like to move on a short video titled A Tale of Two Boys.
This is a tale of two boys. One, a boatman's boy. The other, a farmer's boy. One left his island to lead the land of India. The other left his family to make the whole world his family. But eventually, divine destiny brought them together. President Kalam was searching for something that was missing. And Pramukh Swami Maharaj gave him the one thing that was fulfilling. This is the tale of something missing and something fulfilling.
It was a hot summer evening on 30th June 2001 when I met Pramukh Swamiji for the first time, resplendent of saffron robes. The gentle, fair complex Pramukh Swamiji was radiating divinity. That was the first thought that occurred to me upon seeing you. My friend Y.S. Rajan was with me, Y.S. Rajan, bearded man. We sat down and tried to adjust Swamiji's powerful, gracious presence, the brief conversation. So many people like me are asking, what should be the next vision for India? What will be the next vision for India? How do we transform a developed country into a developed country within next 30 years? I had given 5 ideas, but you have 6th idea. After seeing my book, you gave a 6th idea. You said the 6th idea is spiritual life of India. We have India transformed into, apart from prosperity, wealth, we should to transform into a spiritual nation. I have added there. I have drawn to Pramukh Swami's simplicity. I felt if I had known him all my life, I was sitting in the presence of my father, my teacher in higher presence. Mahaprabhu Swamiji, for me it's a 15 years travel. 2000 I saw you. Now 2015. 15 years travel. Beautiful spiritual journey. Swamiji, I saw your great day when Akshardham was inaugurated in New Delhi. That is the great day. I said I must write a book.
I had the fortune of working with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam from 1982 when I joined the Defense Research and Development Laboratory, which developed missile systems in Hyderabad, India, as a young mechanical engineer. He groomed me into a missile scientist, and in 1995, he gave me the task of developing the civilian spin-off of the defense technology so that the pain and suffering of the poor can be alleviated up to some extent by bringing the cost of the high technology based medical devices. When he became the President of India in 2002, he took me along with him at various places and make me meet some of the great leaders and scientists and statesmen of this planet. He had a friendship with Pramukh Swamiji Maharaj from 2001 onwards, but somehow he did not take me to Pramukh Swamiji until 11th March of 2014. And I used to crib and complain that you take me along at so many places, why you are not taking me to Pramukh Swamiji? And you used to smile. And when he finally took me to Pramukh Swamiji, then I realized that he was waiting As a fruit ripen before it is eaten, he was waiting for my ripening. And when the ripening was over, I was standing in front of Pramukh Swamiji Maharaj. In that one moment, I knew that I have been transformed. And then a mandate was given to me that he used to call me buddy. So he says, buddy, 2005 onwards, I am waiting to write a book. Before it is too late, let us finish this job. And in front of Pramukh Swamiji Maharaj, he announced that we will be writing the book Transcendence. So I want to confess in front of all of you, I have not written Transcendence, and all this great applause and nice praise and all that thing, it really humbles me. I have not written this book. This book has been written through me by the grace of Pramukh Swamiji Maharaj and the God. After this book was released, a plaque was given to me, and I took that plaque to my mother, because I realized that there is nothing better than this anybody can accomplish, and it is my duty to hand over that plaque to my mother. So when I took that plaque to my mother says, son, you are a good guy all through, but this is something you have done beyond my comprehension. Generally, a writer is considered as a good writer if he can put the essence of some thought into a book, like you fill a pot with the ocean. My child, you have put two oceans in one pot. One is the ocean of knowledge, that is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and another is the ocean of love, that is Pramukh Swamiji Maharaj. So by this accomplishment of yours, I am proud of giving birth to you. And that was the best reward I got in my life. One day, I told him that, sir, I told that there are three kinds of saints. One kind of saint is who know all the scriptures. Another kind of saints is who not only know the scripture, but they can always teach these scriptures to others. But Pramukh Swamiji Maharaj is a guru who is a scripture in himself. All you need to do is to stand before him and he transmits his divinity to you. There is no need of studying, there is no need of talking. Such is the power of Pramukh Swamiji Maharaj. I told Dr. Kalam, I thought he will say, you are a good guy. But he says, you are a funny guy. Only 50% marks, passing marks. Bharat Bhai, 50% marks only I got. So I told him, sir, then what is the correct answer? He says the correct answer is that millions of Pramukh Swamiji devotees, they find Pramukh Swamiji as a boatman of their boat in the turbulent waters of life. करोड़ों लोगों की नैया के खिवैया, that is Pramukh Swamiji Maharaj, that you have not told. Ladies and gentlemen, please appreciate a child who is born in a boatman family and he saw his father faring pilgrimage in ocean. What better metaphor he can use to describe Pramukh Swamiji than the boatman of the destiny of the boats of millions of devotees. And that is what Dr. Kalam has did.
Is there a way of bringing religions closer, of making humanity stronger, of making our lives happier? Pramukh Swamiji's speech at the United Nations was like the Magna Carta of spiritual unity. He said, let us not just tolerate but respect other religions. Not just exist, but coexist. Not just hail, but help others. Pramukh Swamiji often sits in prayer throughout the night for the problems of common people. I have emulated this habit. Pramukh Swamiji is like the Himalayas of humanitarian activities and the Pacific of peace. He is truly peerless. All of us, bright atheists and committed religionists, need to awaken now and hear the earth's call. We need to awaken our consciences with justice as our guide and work towards a planet transformed by our care. The only thing that will redeem humankind is cooperation. Let us make our planet more livable. A harmonious world begins with a harmonious inner world.
When I see all of you, one question comes into my heart repeatedly. That why are we all here? If we have come to please somebody, then the evening is meaningless. If we have come to find peace for ourselves, then the evening is fulfilling. The most important thing in the world is our own perspective to life. And I tell you that if anybody who is the happiest today, this evening, and I feel because I have known Dr. Kalam for more than 15 years, like his little child, and I think from the heavens above, he would be the one smiling. And smiling is the best way to offer tribute to a great soul like Dr. Kalam. Because he was one scientist, a space scientist, who worried more about the earth. He was a single person who never got married, but he believed that family values were a way ahead for the future of the world. He never had a child of his own, but millions of children in India look upon him as the best father that they could have got. Dr. Kalam, after reaching the highest office in India, his goal was to reach to the smallest man in India. I'll give you a classic example how his life was. On the day he came to offer this book, Transcendence, to Pramukh Swami, Swamiji was in a small village. I happened to be there as an interpreter. But I remember that day, it was the first day of Ramazan, the holiest day, and he decided that I would want to offer this book on this holy day. And as we were coming down from the stage, whole security cordon was there, and through the security cordon, one little child from a village, unkempt, dirty, he was not even so clean, he rushed to Dr. Kalam, and from his pocket of his shorts, he produced a crumpled paper. You know, a paper that you've just torn from a notebook, and it was crumpled, and he handed it to Dr. Kalam. He said, "Autograph." Leaning on a wall, he autographed his sign and then gave it to that boy. The boy once again crumpled the paper and put it in his pocket. That's when Kalam turned to me and said, "Swami, never disappoint a child because these are his first years on this earth." As we moved ahead through that security cordon, he was about to sit in the car. And hundreds of people were lining up. There was an old man, Gujarat, from the village of Kathiawar. He could not speak a word of English, but he was waving his stick. He was over 90. Kalam looked at him. He said, "What does he want?" And that old man said that, "I have my grandchild and he wants to take a picture with you." Kalam called that little boy, took a picture, and then he turned to me. "Swami, never disappoint an old man because these are his last years on this earth." We are talking about a guy who has touched the entire spectrum of life from child to old age. He never wanted to disappoint anyone. Kalam felt that he wanted to reach out to everybody, and then he always told me that the biggest thing I learned from Pramukh Swami was to change my perspective in life. Kalam Sahib had come to Pramukh Swami, and on 30th June in 2001, when he met, I remember he was the principal scientific advisor to the government of India. He said he had a plan for India 2020, and he beautifully laid out that blueprint. If our nation wants to grow, these are the 5 areas that we 500 thinkers, the best amongst best, have identified that India should progress in and will have the best country in the world. Pramukh Swami smiled and said, "Saab, there is something missing." And here's Kalam looking at Pramukh Swami. He said, "What do you mean something is missing? For a year, 500 thinkers." He came with curiosity and a blueprint. And then Pramukh Swami said that to your 5 areas, add a 6th one, faith in God. Pramukh Swami explained to Kalam that yes, a nation will grow if you have good roads, good hospitals, good schools, good systems, good infrastructure, good technology. Yeah, it will grow. But a country is just as good as the character of its people. Pramukh Swami said that moral and spiritual goodness can only come from your personal faith in your God. In the Quran, there is a prayer called Istikhara Prarthana. And you have to have, if you are in doubt whether something is true or false, you go down at night, have a bath full, wear fresh clothes and go to sleep. And if in your sleep you see a dream with colors of green and white, then the question that was told to you is correct. If in your dream you see colors which are red and black, then Allah has denied it. And if for 7 days you say a prayer and you don't get a dream at all, then Allah says, do what you wish. So Kalam writes, he said, the first night I asked God that whether Pramukh Swami, what he has said, is it true or not? And the very first evening, that night, after Istihara Prarthana, I saw a beautiful white light. So I believed what Pramukh Swami has been telling me is nothing but truth. He often told me that I went with the plan of outer development. Pramukh Swami told me that inner development is equally important. Kalam has said that the greatest discovery he discovered from Pramukh Swami, even the greater than he has discovered in his past life, is how to remove I and me. One man had come to Pramukh Swami and said, Swamiji, I want peace. Very gently, Pramukh Swami reminded him, he said, take a pen, cross the I, cross the want, and all you have is peace. All that Pramukh Swami asked Kalam, that the greatest power on this earth is love. Love your God, love your people, love other people, love those who also disrespect you, because everyone on this earth needs love. Thank you very much.
The presence earlier of His Highness Sheikh Nayan reflects his genuine commitment to building harmony and understanding between people of all backgrounds and beliefs. This noble vision of world harmony and universal peace was also shared by the late Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, India's 11th and most loved president. And it has been prompted by Pramukh Swami Maharaj for many decades based upon the spiritual values revealed by Bhagavan Swaminarayan. Dr. Kalam was a distinguished scientist who dedicated his life to the progress of India using science, yet through his association with Pramukh Swami Maharaj, he realized that spirituality and faith play an important role in man's search for the ultimate truth and global harmony. The leaders of this country have shown the way to attaining this goal by wholeheartedly welcoming people of all nations and backgrounds. Such openness and enthusiasm to help others was a prominent feature of Dr. Kalam's life and is the life motto of Pramukh Swami Maharaj. His life exemplifies his message, "In the joy of others, lives our own." This is the selfless spirit with which he has served humanity throughout his 95 years of life. There are no national boundaries to his thoughts and goals of universal goodness. In fact, in his inaugural address to the United Nations Millennium World Peace Summit in August 2000, Pramukh Swami Maharaj advocated the need for honest and open dialogue between spiritual leaders of all faiths, since such dialogue promotes mutual respect and understanding. Dr. Kalam was also an advocate to peace and harmony in India and throughout the world. And it is this spirit which will continue to strengthen the bonds of affection among all of humanity. May God bless us all to fulfill His vision. Once again, I pray for the good health of the rulers and the peace, progress and prosperity of the UAE and the whole world.
I am an engineer and a student of science, and I heard so much of Dr. Kalam. I idolized him for the greatness he has brought to India at that time, the fame that he had brought, and I wanted to meet him. He encapsulated each and every value of Indian civilization that is possibly good. The spirituality, the tolerance, the kindness that oozed out of him was unbelievable. It is a book within the folds of which lies all the possible values of India that can be. This will be a book that generations will read and gain from it. It will be a book. I believe that every heart has a Kalam and Swamiji in it. It only has to come out. And I'm sure this book will surely help in doing that. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming to this evening, for gracing us, and for celebrating Transcendence. Thank you all.
હું 62 વર્ષથી મિડલ ઇસ્ટમાં છું, 62 યર. પણ આરબ, મુસ્લિમ અને હિન્દુઓ વચ્ચેનો આ જે સમન્વય મેં જોયો, આજે આ સંબંધ જોયો, મેં અત્યાર સુધીમાં કોઈ જોયો નહોતો કે રૂલર પોતે આવી અને એ આ રીતે આપણા ધર્મની અંદર રસ લે એવું મને 85 વર્ષ થયા, આ પહેલું બધું જોયું.
What experience I can say. This is my Purva Janma Karma that I got this chance. It's a blessing from Pramukji as well as our Swamiji. It's one of the best programs we ever have held here. And I'm very glad that we are all workers serving the community. And it's not that we have done anything. It's the order of Pramukji, Pramukh Swamiji. On his blessing only we do.
I have been knowing this organization for a very long time. As a matter of fact, people ask, what is this organization actually stands for? I mean, this has been mentioned by Pramukh Swami in just few words when he said, have faith in God. Because having faith in God means, I would say in our terms, West should meet East, science should merge with the scriptures, and technology should merge with traditions. We are known, India is known for tradition, scriptures, spiritualism, and of course we are East. And this is my experience that this is exactly what they have been professing.
It was excellent, and thanks that I came today. I think it's such a thoughtful day, thoughtful discussion, thoughtful discourse, and everybody from Sheikh Nayan to both the Swamiji spoke very well. According to me, it's a need of the hours. People should be understand the harmony, why harmony is required, and what is the peace, and how you can get the peace. I think the message is very clear. If you want to live in this world, you have to understand each other very well and be part of harmony. Thank you.
I can feel that. I think tonight for me was very special because events like this, I believe energy goes to the soul, not the mind, and that is very, very powerful. The message that I take back from tonight's event is first a very powerful phrase. Excuse me because I'm very weak on Sanskrit, but there's a Vedic concept of having no enemies. I think that was very, very powerful in the book. And the second is the Atman is the most powerful. And if we can go through the illusion and Maya, our lives would be so much better.
I think I'm transformed today. Though I believe that in every human being there is God, and one respects human beings, one respects God. One loves human being, one loves God. And what Swamiji told this evening was the same thing. He said, remove all the negativity to you, become positive, love every human being, do a good deed, and that will make you happy.
The message of this book, Transcendence, from the two great leaders, a spiritual leader and a scientist, will definitely impact humanity at large. It is a great book written by a scientist to a spiritual leader, a leader of a community written by a leader of the nation, a Muslim written on a spiritual Hindu leader. And this blend is immaculate, and this blend is unprecedented, and the message conveyed in this book is the need of an hour. The love and compassionate has to spread all over for a peace and harmony in the world. Thank you.
I feel the energy that was transmitted in the hall was very significant because you could see that everything was above what we as a human know. We all transcended all the religion that we had. We all transcended prejudice. We all transcended the way of thinking. And as we could all see, we were feeling emotion of being united. I mean, all as a human beings. And that was very unique for me because I could see a lot of people coming there. I would use the word naked, in the sense that regardless of their background, I'm sure that a lot of people, they were the elite of the society tonight here. But that was all on the side. And a single thing that was shared was love. And that love seed is in the heart. And you could see that all the hearts of the human being tonight was demonstrated as the creation of our beloved. And for me, that was a very good start, and see there is still hope.
The message that I take back, it was very well organized was one part, but the how spirituality and science, how we as human beings, I mean, we just modern day people, I mean, we associate ourselves with the education, Western education, but how alone Western education can only bring material comforts. To be a good human being, to live in a harmonious world, we need to inculcate the love of our gurus and of great saints. If I may add here, even I follow a guru, and my guru's sentence, which I would like to share with everybody, and what I've taken back from today evening, is "Santonu yog par jagat nu kalyan karo." So it is these great people who make this planet worth living.
Well, to be very honest, after attending this, I'm so filled from inside that I really don't have words to say. When there are so many organizations, I'm also part of one of the spiritual organization. When there are so many organizations working towards this goal, that means there is something good which is expected, which is supposed to be happening. We all need to get spiritual. You know, it is high time that we change and we go beyond and become a better human being. So I think this was excellent, and I can see a vision which is very, very good. And there is a very big hope of light is there. So it was really fantastic. And I felt, I am a cricket freak. I did not want to come because today is an India match. But I said no. I thought of it and I said, what is more important? And I realized that this is more important. And I think it was worth, and it has really helped me to look differently within myself. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much.